All right.
Thank you.
Okay. Hey, Rusty, will you just let us know? Because I have my IFB in, but I can't really hear anything.
And we're, yeah.
I think it's Rusty, right?
Yes.
Also, I don't want you to forget your gloves.
We are live.
We are live?
Yes.
Okay, we're live on the channel right now. All right, we are live. Hello.
It is.
Do you want to just get us up on the stream? Just to see.
Yes, that's where I'm going to go.
All right, hello. And welcome to Buffalo Plus Out West. All right, we're here. The Rocky Mountains are right behind us. It's been an incredible view here in downtown Denver. We're at the AC Hotels. Honestly, phenomenal service from them. They were super helpful in getting us set up for this. They've been awesome, getting us drinks, getting us food. So we want to give them a shout out as the sun, wow. Whew. That sun feels really good though because it has been cold. It has been cold here in Denver, a cold front coming through this area. So it's 35 out, feels like 24, light, like I would say not even light
By
wind,
the way,
definitely
wasn't
some
it like
wind.
60 yesterday here?
It was 60. It was like, I was saying it was
Look at
similar
that
to
sunset.
I know. I was saying it was similar to
Look at that
Jacksonville though.
crowd.
I was saying it was similar to Jacksonville though, where Jacksonville was warm the day before and then a cold front coming through. All right, do you want to, are we up on the channel?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so we're here. Mike Catalana, Dan Fates, I'm Jenna Cottrell. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. We're going to talk about this Bills-Broncos matchup going on tomorrow out here. Local time for the kickoff will be 2:30, obviously back home, 4:30. Mike?
Yes.
Okay, I wanted to make sure you're set.
Yes.
What are your expectations? Well, actually, let's start with the news of the day.
Ed Oliver's back.
Yeah.
Giddy up.
That is, as we have said, the horse guy here to play the Broncos. I think it's huge in many ways for them. They need some help on that D-line, there's no question. And I think he'll bring some juice, some energy. I think a lot of his teammates have been watching him get himself back. And to get him back, they were hoping at any time, get him on the field tomorrow.
I think that's a big thing about it, too. And we have a video up that's already up or surely will be up, the 5 storylines that we're looking at. We're kind of going to touch base on those as well. But just the fact of, I think about what the psychological boost getting Ed Oliver back does.
Yeah.
And I mean that in the sense of, we talk about like when teams make trades at the deadline. Good comment?
Yes, someone said Mike looks holy because of how the sun is. I got to say, we did live shots here for an hour and a half. The sun was behind the clouds. Now the sun has come out. This is kind of how live TV can be. But yes, I can understand some people are saying there's a glare, all that stuff. We're here. You're going to enjoy the mountains. So just bear with us. We're having
Mike,
fun.
one step towards us.
You know.
Yeah, that actually makes a
You know
difference.
us. Now, it is kind of odd. It really is. That sun went like huge behind us. But it's cool. It's cool here.
Yes.
So before I was interrupted by you guys, the sun.
Yes.
Welcome to my life.
Here comes the sun.
Can I just say, quick
Oh,
story
yeah.
time?
You gotta tell
We're
this.
driving from the Denver airport to the hotel yesterday, and Mike has been talking all day long, and then I start to talk. We're in the car, and the freaking
Directions.
GPS woman interrupts me. I was like, I can't get a word in.
It was kind of odd. She just kept talking. I was a fan of her because I'm used to that.
Oh my god! I was like, I said the bitch in a box is going to interrupt me, but there's that. Okay, go ahead.
Ed Oliver.
Yes.
The boost that it provides to this defense that has at times felt like it's been held together by tinfoil and bubblegum now gets their
Tinfoil and bubblegum?
That's a new one, other than duct tape and what's the other one?
Tinfoil, aluminum foil.
I would say tape and bubble gum.
Yes.
But what do I know?
I'm just saying. I think it also just gives them a boost, not only with his play, but just the mindset that the team can have, knowing they have their guy. Like that's their guy in their D line.
Yeah.
It'll
That's
be
the guy in the
interesting to
interior.
see how he is because in football shape, like he was even joking about it. He hasn't done it, but he also feels great physically. And I think there's a little bit of both of those things going on. I think it's going to take him a little while to ramp up. The toughest thing for Ed, I think, this time of year, they barely practice. It's a lot of mental reps, it's walkthroughs, it's late in the year. He hasn't hit anybody. There's not a lot of hitting going on. There's no hitting going on during the week. So it'll be something to just get him in pads and get him to play. But I'm happy to see him back.
I think so as well. And also, I think for the team, you talk about the boost that gives. I mean, that is a guy that, look, I know he's had a bunch of injuries. Here's a guy who's had injuries this season, but when he has been out on the field earlier this year, he made a big difference for this team. Now, I'm not saying you're going to get, X amount of huge plays from him in this game, but if he could make 2, 3, that could be massively impactful for where the Bills defense is at. And I just think he's also a guy who he just brings that energy.
Yeah.
He brings the juice. That matters as well. So I think seeing him being back for this team, that's definitely big for Buffalo.
Like I said, you can look at it. I understand Mike, glass half empty. He hasn't hit anybody in months.
Wait,
He's
I'm
fresh.
not saying it's bad. I just said
He wasn't saying it as a compliment.
No, I'm saying
I
it's
think
for
that was a
him. It's 2
reality.
things he has
Correct.
to deal with. One, he feels good, but he hasn't really played real football in a while.
Agreed. But
Yeah.
you said that he said this is the best he's felt all season.
Yeah.
Yes.
I think there is something to a
Oh,
little
I
bit
don't
of that
think there is. I
freshness.
definitely agree with you that there is definitely something positive to being fresh. It's
What does
just
that look for?
So people are saying they can't hear us. Like it's the volume is low. But I'm seeing levels, so I don't know. Maybe we just roll with it.
Do you want to boost? Dan's going to boost.
Dan's going to boost us. All right, we're going to see. All right, let's talk more, though. In terms of the defense, we'll stay on that side of the ball. The safety position, we know that Jordan Poyer is out for this game for the
Yeah.
Bills. What do you think their approach is at safety? And do you think Cam Lewis could be a factor in this game? Do you think they'll go to him?
I think he's probably going to get some snaps. The only thing for Jordan Hancock, last week with Poyer going out, that's tough, and he's dropped right into it. Maybe with a week of practicing, in prep, he'll be a little bit better. It was a tough spot last week. Cam Lewis is a vet, and I know a lot of you guys get down on Cam because he's not a top 22 player on this team, but he's top 26 on this team, certainly on the defensive side, because he can play multiple positions. I'd like to see him out there.
I think we know Cam has limitations to his game, but also he has the experience that Jordan Hancock, just at this point in his career, does not have. And in a big moment, I understand the Bills being like, you know what? We know what the ceiling is for him, but at least we know what the floor is too.
I agree. I expect Cam Lewis to take over the Jordan Poyer role. Poyer wasn't playing 100% of the snaps. Jordan Hancock was already getting playing time in these games in third down situations. That's kind of how they kind of blended those two together. So I imagine to see something like, look, I think that Cam Lewis is more of that first and second down guy that we saw Jordan Poyer be, and Jordan Hancock continue to do what he was doing pretty well and not putting more on the young player's plate.
Yeah, no, it makes sense to me.
I had a mix of, I had
I know.
Jordans, I had Jordans in my head,
Yes.
and I had Cam
all right.
Lewis.
Yeah, Cam Lewis.
I got it.
Well, that's why
I have a feeling
short
it's something
I feel
tomorrow.
like Jordan
I'm going to
and
make a
Cam are
prediction
different
tomorrow.
names, though.
Jordan Poyer, Jordan Hancock.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to make a prediction for tomorrow. Dorian Williams makes a play as a pass rusher tomorrow. They've been using him a little bit in that role.
Okay.
I know I like to predict pass rushers. Obviously, my guy Greg Rousseau came through with another sack. Like, that's just what he does.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, I got to see something from Joey Bosa in this game.
Not a good game from him.
No, and
In
these are the
Jacksonville.
times, we talked about it. You brought him in for this. It's the playoffs, right? It's like he's had some big moments during the year.
Yeah.
Bobby Babich called him out, and, he's got to play better. They need him to make a play. It would be big for him to do it in the game tomorrow.
Yeah.
But they need to make some plays. Get Bo Nix off his game. You said maybe it's Ed Oliver in the middle, Rousseau, Bosa, whoever is going to get there. I see them trying to use Dorian Williams and use his athleticism. Let's see if they do it tomorrow.
Well, I mean, I feel like we talked so much going into the Jacksonville game about how much playoff experience the Bills have and how beneficial that was. And we saw down the stretch in that game how much it came down to some of those plays that the Bills have made in those moments before. Now facing off against a Broncos team, number 1 seed in the AFC, has been able to win games and late in games take over. How much, though, do you think, look, the Bills, we know, played the Broncos last year in the wild card, Buffalo with a commanding win, but where do you think this Broncos team is at heading in? Because, look, they're the 1 seed, and they have played well, and you have to earn that.
I think they're a team that we said last year. I remember talking about it. Why I was so confident in that wild card round was that they were a young team that felt like they had won their Super Bowl in that Week 18 game to make the playoffs, and they beat the Chiefs backup players that weren't playing. I think they think they're more mature this year. I think they feel they're ready to be this number 1 seed, to prove that they're that good, and to do all of those things. Like I think they're saying last year was the training wheels. Now we're ready. We've gone through those bumps and bruises. You talk about whether it's the NBA or the MLB, like teams kind of have to get a taste of that playoff experience. I think they got that last year, and they're ready to prove more this year.
Yeah, we said about the Jags, like they're a little ahead of schedule.
Yep.
I do think that this Broncos team, though, is playing like, hey, we earned the 1 seed, and now we have you where we want you, which is at home for this Broncos team.
Mike doesn't buy it.
Here's what I think they could be great tomorrow, right? They could come out and be great. They haven't won a playoff game. Like, it is wild to go from a team last year, which congrats to them. They made the playoffs when no one really expected it with a rookie.
That was
so pandering.
Yeah.
No, I didn't even mean it pandering.
Congrats on making the playoffs.
They have achieved the 1 seed, which is great, without winning a playoff game in 2 years. They've been in the playoffs. They got blown out. They're in the playoffs in this game. They don't have – usually a 1 seed is a team who's worked their way up. It would be wild to see the Bills get a 1 seed. They haven't been able to do it, but they haven't done it. That bye can be a negative sometimes. We've seen it. We've seen it happen with other teams. We saw when Mike Vrabel was with the Titans when they had a 1 seed and lost. It does happen to teams when they're not experienced. This is not an experienced playoff team. I think that is an advantage for the Bills.
Bo Nix in his second career playoff start will be tomorrow. Obviously, we know how it went for him in the first playoff game for him. The Bills, now, they came out and scored in that wild card round last year. Yeah, Troy Franklin, an excellent play.
Opening drive.
How important, though, for the Bills do you think a fast start will be?
Pretty important because the Broncos have been a slow starting team themselves. The Broncos have been similar to the Bills where they have been
second half team,
and Bo Nix has been phenomenal. Fourth quarter, late
7 game-winning drives this year. That's the most in the NFL.
Bo Nix has been he's been better when there's been more chaos and things have been more off schedule, and he's had to do that backyard football. That's when he's excelled more than on script, first, second quarter. So I think to put more pressure on him in a spot that he hasn't had success before is a big part of that. But the Broncos have kind of been like the Bears in the NFC.
Yes.
They had been a team that, they just kind of go along through the first half, and then they're able to flip a switch. So I think getting them behind early, getting the crowd a little anxious, taking some of that atmosphere out of it will be huge.
Yeah.
I said I am confident with the Bills and how they match up with the Broncos. I would be less confident if they were playing them next week, with the Broncos having a win and a playoff game under their belt. That is the part I just think
we
is
saw
a
what the
little
Patriots
different.
looked like.
They weren't great.
Correct. That's what I'm saying.
Against the Chargers. And if they were playing if they were playing the Texans last week or the Bills, it might have been a different game. But they did find a way to win. So
that breeze is cold.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Hey, look, we have plenty of content. As Dan said, we got the 5 storylines that's up for tonight. We'll be at the game tomorrow. We'll have our post-game story. Please, that's the least of our worries right now. We'll have our post-game story up there for you, so plenty of content. And this is kind of wild. It looks cool here. Probably looks better for us looking back than you looking at us.
Yeah.
It's crazy that there's mountains and then there's other mountains that have snow on them.
Yes. It is beautiful out here. It really is. Okay, let's talk a little bit more, though, because one of my fears about this game was just, I think the Bills are a better team, but the injuries that have affected them, especially at wide receiver. Now, the Bills getting back Curtis Samuel, it looks like, for tomorrow. We know he had a big game last year against this Broncos team, but where is your concern level with the injuries, especially at the wide receiver position?
Yeah, I don't know if the Bills are necessarily a better team on paper. I thought Jacksonville was probably the better team on paper. They just didn't have the right Josh Allen. I see that very similar to the Broncos team where, look, they have a lot of good pieces. I don't know how they're going to use Patrick Surtain. I don't know how the Bills' offensive line matches up against a really good pass rush like they have. My major concern, Jenna, is the rest and the elevation. Now, Mike, I know you say the bye week can be a negative or a deterrent.
Can be. I didn't say it will, but it certainly can be.
I said, yeah. And so I look at that and I go, 6 days for the Bills, banged up, physical game against Jacksonville, traveling, playing at altitude. That's my bigger concern than the play on the field.
Yeah.
Is the rest and the elevation worries me more than game plan, scheme, even the fact that the Bills are down wide receivers. The Bills proved to me that they can win a bunch of different ways, and Josh Allen was so surgical. Like that, we talked about it a bunch, but like, yes, he was Superman, but he was like a smart, calculated, and there wasn't a lot of risk. Like, there have been the sugar high Josh, the Josh Allen experience we've seen. It was methodical Josh. It was 80% completion percentage from Josh. That's what really got me excited about what this team could do in a postseason run where Josh is going, okay, the self-scouting. I learned from these things. I can take the 5-yard pass to Dalton Kincaid and not have to force everything.
Yeah, no, I do. I can't see that. I was just say, all right, we're going to do it. We're going to wrap up here. We'll have plenty more coverage on the Buffalo Plus YouTube. No, you're good.
No, we're good.
Yeah,
it's just, I think we're getting a big crowd here at the restaurant. I think.
Yeah. Well, plenty more coverage. Another video, 5 storylines going into tomorrow's matchup. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share. That'll do it for us. For Mike Catalana and Dan Fates, I am Jenna Cottrell. Thank you so much for watching on the Buffalo Plus channel. Thank you.